Hey, what's up, IG? How y'all doing today? Welcome to today's Tuesday talk. Just getting set up, waiting on a few others to hop on, and then we will get started. All right, let me get my notes. I hope y'all are having a good day today. My mother-in-law kept my kids for me, so it's been a peaceful vibe in here, the silence. I've really been enjoying it. All right, so I've got my notes. Okay, I just saw a little flicker in my lights. I got my notes. I'm ready to go. Let's get started. Make sure my mic is on. Alrighty. Alright, y'all. Let's do it. Welcome to the Mom Keys to Mental Peace podcast. I'm your host, Tari Kaya Allen Butler. I teach millennial moms how to make over their mindsets and level up their lifestyle in family, finances, and fitness. Join me every Tuesday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Mom Keys to Mental Peace podcast. You will learn major keys to stop coming up short on your goals and start leveling up for the lifestyle you desire. Ready to level up? Let's do it. All right, so I hope that you all have been enjoying our talk this month on finances, getting our bag in order. The first week we talked about how to save the bag. Last week we talked about how to save the bag with money financial coach Chiquita Millette. And y'all, she was snatching edges and dropping gems left and right. So if you have not saw that video, please catch the replay on my page. It was called How to Save the Bag. And then before that, let me pull up my notes here because your girl be forgetting the topic. So we talked about how to save the bag. And we also talked about overspending and how to stop with those shopaholic money spending habits, right? And behaviors. So we've been on our grind about our money and our bag and getting everything in order. So we're going to continue our talk today with the show title, How to Manage the Bag Right. Because it's nothing for us to get the bag, to earn the bag, and save the bag, but we are unable to manage it, right? From overspending, not having a plan for our money, not having a purpose. You know, if you're not able to manage it, you're just going to waste the bag, right? So we're trying to get out of wasting the bag because I don't know about you, but there's been a lot of times, if I could think over my life, over the amount of time of how much money I have received or accumulated, right? And then I could think about what I have to show for that amount of money that I've accumulated over time. I know a lot of times we feel like we need more. And this was something that Chiquita pointed out last week. Like, we feel like we need more money, but we just need to manage what we have better, right? And I've got you all today. Stay tuned with me. I'm going to give you 4 ways that you can do that. But before we get into that, hey, TT. Before we get into how you can manage your bag, I posted a quote yesterday, and what actually was like a money affirmation. And this is something that I live by, that I will have a plan, a purpose, and a place for my money, right? So in 2022, with inflation and everything going on, we can't just be all willy-nilly with our money and then sitting around looking crazy like, well, I don't have nothing left, right? Sometimes we are the problem, but we can make valid excuses for why we do what we do with our money. So the plan, place, and purpose, that whole method, it just really is a great foundation for where you want to have your mindset when it comes to your money. So when you get paid, I actually sent out an email list this week. Like when you get paid, when that direct deposit hits, what's the first thing that you do? Do you treat yourself? Do you treat yourself, or do you start to plan out where your money is going for savings, for emergency funds, for your bills, right? So if you are treating yourself as soon as you get paid, you've already dipped into some of that money, sis. You've already dipped into your bills. You've already dipped into your savings. So really today's talk is about prioritizing and just getting our money in order, right? Having a visual, clear plan of what we're doing with every dollar, with every cent, and not just randomly going through the month, swiping our card, crossing our fingers, hoping that there's enough at the end of the month to cover the real things or the important things that we need done. All right, so what does it look like to have a plan for your money? When you have a plan for your money, you know where your money is going. So you have a specific bank account, you have a specific bank that you bank at. There is a specific place that your money is going, right? When you have a plan for your money, you know how much money you owe for that month, or how much income you need and how much is outgoing, right? So you know the numbers. I know for me and my husband, and y'all, we've been together. This is just a side note for marriage. We've been together for 12 years and have been married for 10 months. It's almost a year. But I used to think like, oh, my husband is so good with his money because he know how to save. He got it out the mud. He know how to do this and that. But once I started, learning about financial literacy and tips and stuff, I was like, okay, he do things kind of the hood way. So we need to relearn and unlearn and teach each other some things. Like, I feel like the money skills he had when we were younger were beneficial for that stage we were at, right? But when you're trying to level up, which is our whole, goal, level up your mindset, level up your lifestyle, there are certain strategies that may have worked for you in one season that do not work for you in a new season. So, what was I getting at? Okay, as far as just knowing how much you owe. So I can remember like asking my husband, like, well, how much is your phone bill this month? Or how much is blah, blah, blah this month, as I'm planning out. And he would literally be like, I don't know. Or it's about such and such. And then the planner in me is just like, why do you not know the number? Why do you not know how much money you owe? You didn't just get this bill. Like, you've been paying it. Why don't you know? So this is definitely something to keep in mind when it comes to planning. You need to know the numbers. We need to see the numbers, right? And also when it comes to planning your money, you need to know when the money is due. So all bills have a due date. Every single month, a bill is due on a day. That's just how it goes. There are people, y'all, and you may be one who is listening today. There is no judgment on this platform. But there are people who don't know when their bills are due. Or there are people who just go through, spending their money, swiping their card, and forget that a bill is due and don't have any money left to pay it. Or there are people who know that bill is due. They know when it's due, but they have a personal thing in mind that they want to spend that money on. So they say, bump the bill. I'm going to buy this because I want to get it. So this is where, mindset, maturity, and priorities and things come into place for our money. So first thing, you want to have a plan for your money. Know where your money will go, how much you owe for the month, and know when each bill is due. What is your bills due? Now, when you have a purpose for your money, and I kind of touched on this earlier, you know your priorities versus your wants. So if you know that you have a savings goal, that your family's trying to get a house or go on a trip or get out of debt, you know that the income that you have is going towards those specific things, those specific goals. So you have a purpose for that money. That money isn't just coming in for you to swipe however you want and go out to eat whenever you want and shop and do whatever. As your money is coming in, it's for purpose. So all right, my family's trying to get a house, X amount of money will be used to go towards that house. Okay, I want to start some type of generational wealth for my children, a certain savings account for them. X amount of money is going to my kids' savings account for this. So, like I said, this is where those priorities come in, right? Because if you feel like you going out to eat is more important than setting up a savings for your house or for this trip or a big purchase, then the money is already done. Like the money told you what it was going to do. You have to tell your money what you want it to do. Because if you don't tell it, it's going to tell you. All right. Papito Savage says, I've learned some people are not good with money. So yes, we could say that, some people are not good with money, but a lot of times I feel like it's lack of knowledge, right? And sometimes we just have to learn how to deal with money. I want you to go back and look at some of my other videos, especially last week, where we talked about learning your money story. So a lot of times it's not that you're not good with money. It's habits that you've learned over time. Yes, it all has to do with your upbringing. Yes. So whatever you saw your family do with money, how you saw them handle it is definitely going to show up in your adult life. So yes, good point there. Good point there. So yes, you want to be sure that you have a purpose for your money, right? Our money isn't telling us what it's going to do. We aren't just freely spending it. There's a plan and a purpose for any income that comes our way. And I'm like this about, I'm very intentional about cookie money that comes in, my salary, money for candles. Like I'm a little overload, I think, probably on how specific I am about my income and what I'm doing with it. Like I know whenever we got those bonus checks at my job, we finally had got some bonuses as an educator in the school system. I was not playing with that money. Savings for certain things, it was going there. When we were getting all those stimulus checks back and child tax credit, like I had savings accounts ready to receive those and not spending the money already in my head before it even got to my account. A lot of people I know do that. I definitely used to be that person. I have a family member right now. Every time she talk about buying something, she say, but when I get paid on Thursday, I'm going to do such and such. When I get paid on Thursday, then that's when I'm going to do this back. Well, I'm going to get this because when I get paid on Thursday. So it's like, look, we have to get out of this paycheck to paycheck mindset and lifestyle. I know that's the reality for a lot of, people right now. But you do have room to save. Again, go back and listen to How to Save the Bag because there's room there, even if you don't think it is. All right, so a plan, a purpose, and a place for your money. This is important. So you don't want to just hold your money in a shoebox, or you don't want to just have one account where all of your money is going to and all of your money is coming from. You need specific places for your money. So I know there are certain banks people like to bank at for certain reasons. I bank at State Employee Credit Union because they have certain discounts and things for state employees since I am a state employee. And I also have Wells Fargo because when I moved here to North Carolina, my parents divorced and my dad had Wells Fargo. So before Cash App, this was a way for us to be connected, for him to, send me money whenever I need it. So I just kind of stayed with them over time simply because, that's who I was with and I like them. So you just have to find a bank, that fits your needs. Ask questions about fees and services and things that they have for certain accounts and see what best fits you and your financial needs. So yes, choose your bank. Then you want to set up your bank accounts. Now, the main two bank accounts you should have is a bank account for bills only and a savings account. Now, again, if you go back and listen to How to Save Your Money, we go into more detail for that. But I say those two accounts because, all right, say you have an account where you get paid and the money is going there. You need to have a separate account, either at a separate bank or with that bank, that's strictly for bills only. Only bills. So whenever you do that, there's no accidental dipping. When that money for bills is strictly for bills, there's no accidental dipping. So you aren't out eating at Chick-fil-A and overdrafted or swiped your card and ordered a bit too much and now you don't have enough for your phone bill. That money, your spending money will be, you can either have cash or an account for that. So you need an account for bills only, your spending money account, and a savings account. Now you can designate this savings account for your emergency savings, for like car repairs and stuff like that, or for your monthly bills. So if you want to save up for at least 1 month of your bills, 1 to 2 months, something like that. But I would say those are the basic things you need: a spending account, an account for bills only, and some sort of a savings account. All right. So I just broke down the plan, purpose, and place for your money. So now I'm going to share 4 things that you can start doing today to create a plan, purpose, and plan for your money. So again, you can use a calendar or a spreadsheet to write out all of your bills due for that month. Include the date and the amount that is due. I do this on the calendar in my phone. I also have a calendar here in my house. My eyes are going over there. I'm thinking about picking it up. But I have a calendar at my house. I guess I'll grab it. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, so I've got this big calendar at my house where I keep all of our stuff on for bills. So all the bills are green, and I've even got it like a little color coordinated chart up here at the top that shows it's green. So all of my bills for the month are in green on this. It's a visual for the whole family, even though they may not look. We're learning and we're getting there, but it's a visual for me to see, okay, what's coming up and what's due. It's also a visual for me to check off what's paid. So if you find yourself, missing bills and skipping bills, this is a great visual for you to see how you are when it comes to paying your bills on time. Let me see here. At all, I think, okay. I thought that was a new comment. So yes, you want to have some type of a spreadsheet. I also have a spreadsheet on top of this where I have the date that the bills are due, the amount that's due, and the bill. And I kind of go through and check off on that as well. So yes, it's keeping up with it in multiple places, and it is tedious and it does take time. But I feel so organized and so in order and in the know about my money as a whole for like our family. And that really helps to bring peace of mind to you, and it helps you to see where you need to add more money to. It helps you to see your strengths and weaknesses in your finances as well. So yes, use a calendar or a spreadsheet to write out your bills and when they're due. We talked about having a bank account for your bills only and depositing all the bill money that you have in that one account to make sure that you can cover your bills. The third thing you can do is to keep track of your expenses for 1 to 2 months and categorize them. See exactly where your money is going. Now, this I do on a spreadsheet on my computer with all my expenses, and then I color coordinate it by category. So all of the food that we eat, whether it's groceries or out to eat, entertainment, going to the movies, skating, bowling, trips and stuff like that, shopping, car stuff like car insurance, gas, all of that, have it in categories. And this helps you to really see exactly where your money is going. So if you're that person that feels like you don't have enough to save or you don't never have enough for your bills, if you track your expenses and see exactly where everything is going, that's your answer right there. That's your answer to see, okay, this is why I keep coming up short. Or your answer can be, I'm not making enough. The math ain't mathing. It's not enough money coming in. I need to make more or cut back here or do something else. So that visual of where your money is going helps you to plan a purpose and place for your money as well. And the last thing you can do, the fourth thing, is to open a separate savings account for emergencies at a different bank than you typically use. You can come up with a plan of how much money you will deposit there and how often you will deposit the money. So again, this goes back to last week's video on savings. Shakita had suggested if you're that person that has a hard time with leaving the money in the savings account, if you have access to it, try opening an account at a different bank, and that will help you to manage it better and leave it alone. So she also said not to get a card, don't do online banking, just simply open a savings account at the bank and you just plan how much and how often you're going to put there, right? So all of this, like I said, is to manage the money that we're getting. There's no point in wishing for more and hoping for more if we can't take care of what we have. I would love to make 6 figures on a regular basis, but I must first manage 4 figures, 3 figures even, right? If you're wasting $100 on BS constantly, what are you going to do with the $100,000? Right? We have to get real with ourselves here and just be honest with where we are. So that is all I have for you all today. If you're just hopping on, you can catch the replay. I'll post it on my timeline shortly. If you are new to today's live talk, please follow me on IG. Just after you hop on here, tap the follow button. If you have not, please sign up for my email list. That link is in my bio as well. So you'll just click the link, go to join email list, and it will send you a confirmation. You say, yes, I want to be a part of this, and then you're locked in. Also, right now for this week, if you are new to my email list, you get some freebies for today. Well, actually for this week. Hey, Danisha. So you'll get a 12-month bill planner. So it's just like a template with the month at the top, date, bill due, and the amount. And then a section for if you paid it or not. You'll get that. You'll get an expense tracker, so something to keep up with everything that you're spending your money on. You can have each sheet for something separate. Hey, everybody hopping on. Y'all, I'm finishing up. Y'all catch the replay. But yes, catch the replay. Catch the replay. If you're just hopping on, it's all right. I understand busy schedules and life. That's why I like this resource here on Instagram for these live videos, so y'all can definitely replay this back. But you'll also get an expense tracker and a savings tracker. So I would suggest that you print these things off, or you can look at it as just like an example for you to create something at home that works for you. But definitely, take advantage of this free resource. Sign up for the email list. There are things that I'm sharing there that I'm not sharing here on IG, so you want to be sure that you're locked in. And I also have a course for you called Don't Fumble the Bag, Money Saving Tips for Moms, and you will get all the replays of these videos, because after next week, I'll probably delete each video that I've done this week. So I'll take it down from my timeline and create like a course with a bundle of all of the videos, and you can purchase it for a low cost. I'll have a discount code. And you can have this, to replay back. The resources will all be there. So it's just like a little one-stop shop bundle for you to use. You can share it with others, play it back however much you want. It's called Don't Fumble the Bag, Money Saving Tips for Moms, and that link is in my page as well. So thank you all for tuning in with me tonight. I hope tonight's talk was helpful to you. Please share with a friend. If you hopped on at the end, that's all right. Just catch the replay. And I will see you all next week as we finish out our money talk. If this has been helpful to you, shoot me a DM, comment below that, this has been helpful to you. And I pray that y'all have a good night. Bye.